What's up, everybody? It's Carrie. First I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna apologize from where I'm doing my video, but I'm in a different space in my house, and it just struck me to do this video. So this is where I am. I'm in my office. I have all my junk around me, and today we're gonna talk about when is the right time to transition. Stay tuned. So I basically just wanted to talk about when is a good time to transition. And the answer to that is simple and hard all at the same time. The basic answer is no one will ever know except for you. The more challenging part of that is figuring out when or what that might be or what that might look like. So I think that you are the only person who will ever know in your heart and your soul and your mind when or if it's a good time for you to ever transition. And this topic, I think, is huge in the transgender community because I do believe that there's part of us that always wants to have some acknowledgement, and it wants to have somebody tell us we're making the right decisions and when to make those decisions. But life, unfortunately, doesn't always work that way. So we have to listen to our soul and our heart and in our mind to know when is the right thing for us. And I think sometimes it can be challenging because on one hand, we would like to be able to watch other people's videos and compare ourselves and say, you know, hey, this person transitioned when they're 25 and I'm 30, so does that mean it's too late in life for me? When we start asking ourselves all those questions. And then on the other hand, we can step back and not focus on what other people are doing and really pay attention to what's going on inside of us and make those decisions based on how we're feeling or, what is going on in my world. Do I feel like, I should be doing something different? And what does that mean for me? To be different or to do something different or to find some differences in me that are scary or exciting or any feelings that you get from that. So along those lines, it's just you have to listen to yourself. I do believe that there's probably you may get to your place in life where you go, I just don't know. I can't make a decision, and I just don't know. And maybe when you do finally make that decision, you just, you come to that point where you go, God, you may never be at 100%. You might not, or you might, which would make your decision a whole lot easier. But if you're not at 100%, you're probably going to get to the point where you're close enough that you have to do something different to live in your full authentic life. I didn't start my transition until I was 50. I didn't even have top surgery, and that was even prior to transitioning, until I was 49. Making the decision is so personal. So for me, I definitely think that I had reasons in my life as to why I waited so long. I have a whole video about that. You're welcome to go back and watch. But I think that for me, with having these reasons, and it didn't, I don't regret waiting all of this time to do it because I felt like this was the right time for me. So you have to figure out in life, what is it going to be right for you? Do you have family members or friends or church people or other people in your life that you don't want to disappoint, or they may think less of you, or they may unfriend you, or your family may disown you? All of those things, you have to take those things into consideration. I will always be the first person that says, live your life authentically for you. This is the only one that you get. No matter what you believe, this is the only one you get. So make it the best for you, because I guarantee you, all those other people who you're afraid of might leave you or lose you or whatever, they're living their life. It wouldn't matter what you would have ever said to them, they're still going to live their life. So live your life for you 100% of the time, as much as you can. I don't think age is a matter or should be any kind of consideration when you're transitioning. people realize that they're not living in their true authenticity whenever they realize it. So it's not like, you come out of the womb and you're like, oh, I should have been born differently, or this is who I am versus this is who I am. Today, I'm telling you, these kids, they have it a lot more easy because the acceptance of transgender is so much more prevalent in our world that they have the opportunity to know, I think, a lot earlier on, something is just different or something is not right. If you're 20 and you realize it, and that's what's right for you, do it. If you're 50 and you realize it, and that's what's right for you, do it. No, there's never going to be... when I used to be a smoker, and I quit smoking so many times. I quit for 13 months once and started again. And what I really realized is the time that I quit and it worked is when I realized I was doing it, I don't want to say for the wrong reasons, but I was doing it for other people. Like, when I started to make a list of the reasons why I wanted to quit, my name was not at the top. And that should say something right there, right? So for me, when I finally decided that I was going to quit smoking for me and for my health, that's when it worked. And here we are 14, almost 15 years later, and I'm smoke-free. So everybody's journey is different. And then something else to consider is, how much do you, or not how much, how far into a transition do you want to go? There are some people who are, might fall in the non-binary scale who just maybe are dysphoric about their chest, or are very gender fluid and they want to present both ways. Some people all the way to the extreme of full transition, complete 100% medical, social, physical, all of it, all the way around, and all they want to do is present as a cis person, either male or female. So you have this, and then there's this giant spectrum in between of how far, you may want to transition. And you might not know that up front either. It might be a decision that you make along the way. Once you take the first step, you might go, okay, I'm really feeling this, so maybe I want to go a little bit farther. Again, all very, very personal things that you have to decide on your own. But I will say this, I'll end the video with this, that like I said before, I will always be the advocate that says, live your true, authentic self. As much as you possibly can, do that. And in doing that, time doesn't really matter, I think, in my opinion. I've said this for a while, if I were, transitioning at 50, if I were to live to be 100, which I hope I live to be a very old person, if I live to be 100, that means I have still half of my life, which I'm not going to say might be the better half, but it probably is going to be the better half because I'm living it in my true self. I have half of my life to still live as much as I can, just being me, the person that I want to be, the person that I'm falling in love with more and more every single day. So don't beat yourself up about it. If you need people to talk to, there are a lot of people out there, support groups, there's a ton of people. Reach out to me personally. I have a lot of friends in the community, who will work with you, or if you're not comfortable with me, there's a lot of support out there. And I know a lot of folks live in very remote areas and maybe very non-accepting areas of this world. But at least we have this amazing little thing called technology, the interwebs, where we can communicate and connect with other people who will support and love us no matter what. So please don't ever be afraid to reach out. Let's have some conversation. Let's support one another. That's what this is all about, right? So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some good content out of it. As always, I will always ask you to subscribe. I will always ask you to share and like my videos. It means the world to me. You have no idea. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.